Hello there everyone. What I want to do in this video is I'm going to show you how you can consistently make money in the stock market on less than 1 hour a week. And not only am I going to tell you about it, but in just a second, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to walk you through a trade, starting with entering the trade that I posted live in the Discord, and then walking you through the trade and show you how this can work. Now, in this example, it did work out perfectly, not to spoil the ending, but it did work out perfectly. And I will continue to show you as I enter these trades and if we have to adjust them. But it is completely possible to not be tied to your screen, to not be losing sleep at night, but through just a matter of a half hour to an hour a week of your time, put some money into the stock market, put on reasonable risk, and to have a significant return. If you're interested in learning how you can make a living trading only 1 hour a week, this is the video for you. So now let's get into this practical trade example. I know lots of people like to talk about it, but this is a real life example. The first video was recorded as I entered the trade, what I was looking at in the trade. It was posted live in the Discord, as well as, and thankfully a lot of people in the Discord also made money on this trade. And then also I'm going to show you the final video of how it turned out. Here is a real-world trade example of how you can make money on less than 1 hour a week. What's going on there, everyone? This is a Patreon exclusive. Going to show you today a trade I'm making in DHR, and this is going to be what I call a bread and butter type trade. It's a little bit of a complex options trade, and I know a lot of you are asking for some examples of some spreads and some verticals. And this trade is not very exciting. This is a somewhat boring trade. I know everyone loves the home runs where we make 2, 3, 4, 500% in a matter of days or a week. And believe me, when those opportunities are there, I take my shots and I reap the reward. But consistency in and out often comes from trades like this. And just like any trade, it starts with the setup. So let's go ahead and start with the chart. This is a chart of the symbol DHR. DHR, you see we kind of have this double top at the beginning. I went ahead and threw a Fibonacci on it from this move down, and you can see it kind of got up to this 50% retracement, and now it's rolling back over. And today was kind of my confirmation, which is why I want to enter this trade. We're now back below that 20-day moving average. Looking down here at the market forecast, you see we were kind of in this lower reversal zone, and then we tried to get up, but we still didn't quite get above that 50%. So that is my trade setup. We don't have any earnings or anything going up, so my overall bias here is that this stock is going to continue to go down. But instead of playing a put or something like that, I'm going to do a vertical and going to show you how I do that. And I'm going to draw my line in the sand right here at this 300 level, which gives me a little bit of room to the upside as well. So let's get into the trade. The really nice thing about a trade like this is that with these trades, they don't require a lot of maintenance. They don't require a lot of energy spending. Once you put the trade on, I'm going to show you, I'm going to set an alert. Other than that, I'm going to set when this takes the profit. And really, maybe other than checking it once a day, you don't really have to keep an eye on this trade. There's very little management that needs to happen. It's either going to work or it's not, and we'll get to that. So here we are into DHR. Let's go into the options chain. And I'm going to go out here to March 18th. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sell a vertical. So that means I'm going to sell a call, and then I'm going to buy a call on the upside to kind of protect me against that. So what I want to do here is I'm going to sell the 290. Now I don't want to have unlimited risk to the upside, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the 300. Just see how I clicked it there. That's going to give me a credit of $4. And that 4 is the midpoint. It's a fairly wide spread, so not the best of options, but let's go ahead and see if we can get filled here at $4. So let's see if it went up, so I can probably get it. Let's try to get $4. Now, this trade is going to take $2,000 in collateral, but we're getting a credit of $800. So the maximum risk on this trade is going to be the difference of that, which is $1,200, and that's for 2 contracts. You could do it down as low as 1. So the minimum that you would have in here risk would be $600 or $600 per contract. I'm going to do it down to, this credit is $800. If you want to trade more, trade more. Now this is where risk management comes in. This is where you have to tell yourself, are you okay losing the maximum amount, which would be $600 per contract? If you're not, don't make that trade. Now, we're not going to lose the maximum. I'll show you if we need to, how we can adjust this position. And if it starts going against us, we will cut our losses well before we get to the maximum. But you have to be okay. Risk management starts when you place the trade, not once you're in it. So make sure you're okay with that risk before you make the trade. I am more than comfortable risking $1,200 on this, even though I know that's the worst case scenario. I'm going to manage this trade along the way. Let's see if I can get filled. Boom, look at that. I got filled real quick. So I received $802 in credit. Now my covered, so I sold the 290 call and then I bought the 300 call. So until I get to the top of 300, there's really nothing I need to do to manage this trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set an alert here. If this stock closes the day at or above 300, I'm going to set an alert here. And this will text me an alert. And I'm going to put, so if this stock gets above that 300, that's when I know I need to either start looking at taking a loss or adjusting this position. There's lots of ways that we can do that. But I'm going to go ahead and click create. Boom. I don't really have to look at this now. As long as we stay below 300 on DHR, I'm not worried about adjusting this position at all. Okay, so what I did here is I went ahead and clicked on the position. Now that it's open back on the home screen, you can see this is the position that I just bought. I sold the 290, bought the 300. That is a call credit spread. It's a bearish position. I'm hoping the stock goes sideways to maybe slightly up and then down. So I received a total of $4 credit per contract. I did 2 of them, so that's $800. Now, I'm not going to wait for this to go all the way down to 0. You could and try to make the full $800. In my experience, there comes a point where the risk to reward is no longer there because your max risk has not changed, but the total amount you can win is even less. And so what I want to do is I'm going to enter a trade right now that's going to stay active. And if at any point I can buy this back for $2, now remember I received $4 in credit. So let me enter the trade. I'm going to enter. I want to close. Make sure you clicked on close. I received $4. If I can buy it back, so that will be a $400 profit. As I mentioned, not an exciting trade. It's a very good risk to reward as far as a percentage. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, good until cancels, review the order, click submit. That is now in the system. At any point, if this is able to get filled at $2, it's going to close it for me. I'll see it, and I take my profit and move on along another day. And I've got that alert set, so if it goes above 300, then I will look to go ahead and adjust it. Hope that helps everyone. Thank you once again for being a Patreon. I really appreciate all of you, especially all the new members that are in here. If you guys have any questions, stocks you want to look at, options questions, always feel free to go ahead and put a question there in the Discord. Here we are, everyone. 1 week later, I just got this email. Believe it or not in front of the computer, not watching the stock market. And I just got this email on my phone while I was at the park with the kids. That order on DHR, I got this email, that limit order that we put in, it did fill. So my limit order to close for $200, so it cost me $400. Remember, we got the credit of $800. So bada boom, bada bing, just like that, made $400 in 1 week.